Howdy Breakers, what's going on? So today I'm going to put clarification on what exactly mastery skills and mastering a part entails. So every part has a rarity, 1 star to 6 star. And with some few exceptions, the only thing that really affects is how many passive skill slots you have available on that. 1 star is 2, 2 stars 3, 3 stars 4, etc, etc, 4 is 5, all the way up to 5 having 6, and then mastering up to 6 star unlocks 2 additional slots. Now there is something that might not be well known. Your ammo capacity at base for ranged weapons actually is determined by rarity as well. You can see a 1 star beam shaped club is 100% gauge. 2 stars 110 with a trait that improves it. Normally it's, yeah, oh wow, it's big. Normally it's 104. Ha! Then all the way up to 4 star being 150, 5 star being 160. I've not actually mastered a weapon to tell you what 6 star is. But the higher rarity ranged weapon, the more ammo you have in it. Useful for Jirobies and other focus fire. So, what we're going to explore today is our good buddy Shining Gundam right arm. Because for some reason, God knows why, the devs have decided to put both an option, an EX, and a burst action all on this arm. Right arm does not have it. So we're going to use my higher 3 star because that's the best one I have and I want to save resources. And you can see from this, it is a 3 star part, level 1, that happens to have 4 individual trait slots, 1 EX skill and Shining Finger, 1 EX skill and Shining Shot, 1 burst action Shining Finger Sword. Equipping that will of course let me equip Shining Finger, Shining Finger Sword, and the Shining Shot. And they work as you think. Neat. Now, if I want to master this part, I will be able to use all 3 of those skills without having to have that equipped. So we're going to head over to that Shining Red Arm, and we're going to synthesize with plastic to increase its rarity. Synthesizing with higher rarity parts, unfortunately, does not seem to do anything for your rarity. And you do that with the Parts Evolved plastic. It's dropped from enemies after you unlock the ability to actually synthesize parts. You need a certain amount to get to 6, but not as bad as you might think. In fact, if I were to just back out all this, if you're dealing solely with Parts Evolved 3s, I only need about 300 to get to that. If I use a base Rarity 1, I need about 341 to make it. It'll cost me a pretty little penny in GP, but I now have 8 whole passive trait slots, as well as I've mastered those 3 skills. So if I were to put on back my, let's say my, I don't know, my usual Darrowbald arms, the ones I've been using. Then head over my skill selection, I'll see that Shining Finger has been added to the list of master skills. So regardless of the parts I have equipped, I can now throw on Shining Finger. I can now throw on Shining Finger Sword. And it's going to ask you which version you want in the case of skills that have multiple sources. Beam Saber Combo, for example, is on a million different backpacks. If you master 2 different backpacks that have Beam Saber Combo, you'll be able to choose between which Beam Saber Combo. and then Shining Shot as the option. When using these skills, the part that it's assigned to will be overwritten with a holographic version of the part that you have mastered. That way there's no super crazy foibles happening. Now, in the case of mastering a trance skill, let's say Hyper Mode off of Bolt Gundam. Or let's also check out a movement skill such as Griffin Beam Blade off of Gaia Backpack. While under the effect of that trance, whatever part it's assigned to will be permanently a holographic version. Sorry, there's no way around that, and it's going to be up for the duration of the skill. Consequently, if you're using something like funnels, they will also replace the part the funnels come from for the duration of the skill. Now, let's learn something new real quick together. Let's say I have a handy EX skill on the torso. Let's go for something that has a fairly large size. That would be useful to... Oh, you know what? Let's try Dovenwolf, because that's the size of a barn, and I like the skills it has anyway. And I already have a 5-star, so it'll be cheaper. Let us evolve Dovenwolf to 6-star. So this should give me access to Mega Particle Cannon, Mega Launcher, and Grenade Launcher. Let's see what happens when I'm using Hyper Mode in my torso, but also decide to use Mega Launcher. Which is a skill that will both be a focus blast that lasts for a while, as well as one that summons an additional item. Of course, my torso is replaced by Bolt's Hyper Mode. And I'm actually unable to use that mastered skill because it takes up the same holographic spot. The holographic image cannot be overridden by another holographic image. Now, there is one more slight foible with the holographic system. Kind of a funny one. Let's say we have a builder's part that we want to use. Let's put it right on that torso that we're going to be replacing. And let's get this fella right front and center, so everyone can see it. Don't forget to equip it. During the holographic portion of the skill, I hit the wrong button. During the holographic portion of the skill, that sword will disappear. The option part is no longer there. When it ends, the option part is now completely hidden. It's an unfortunate glitch. The only way to get it back is to use the skill again. At which point, it sometimes returns, but shit, guess it doesn't in this case. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. It will eat your builder's part, and that builder's part will be gone for the duration of the match. Maybe some people like that as a way to hide the builder's part. But if you're using builder's parts as cosmetics to completely change the look and geometry of your Gunpla, it's going to be pretty unfortunate when a holographic mastery part just kind of gobbles them up for the rest of that stage. Anyway, that's a quick breakdown on mastery and how exactly it works. SD parts, if you're wondering, will also put on the baby legs if you're using a baby leg SD. Thanks for watching. Rage on, Breakers.